welcome you to BeMoreNews.com, the news before the news, where we uncover the truth.
An accent. We need God. Because only God can bring us out of this mess.
Go outside and check out the beautiful weather. I've had a wonderful day. Started it off with a meeting early in the morning, speaking with a very important institution, not just here in Baltimore, but actually internationally. And that's the Salvation Army right here in Baltimore City. We have a big event coming up on June 25th. It's called Black Owned. Black Owned. And if you are a business owner and you'd like to talk about your business before our beautiful audience, then you want to RSVP right away to blackowned2022.eventbrite.com. 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 We're going to have a number of speakers. Let me see. Some of the speakers include our keynote, Mr. Sophia Robb. We also have Brother Abdul Salam from Keys Development. He's doing some great things out in West Baltimore, over in the Ashburton area. Well, actually not Ashburton. What's that called? Off Ashburton Street, Ashburton and Baker, in that vicinity. But we're going to get to our guest, Sil Parson. How are you?
Hey. Thank you so much for having me, Doni.
Good. You. What's happening in your world? Who are you? Where are you from?
Well, my government name is Sylvia Parson, and I'm from Baltimore City, Maryland. And I've been working with youth and families for over 17 years in Baltimore City, all through the surrounding counties in D.C. The worst of the worst, they deem worse youth. Are you from?
And any particular age group of the worst of the worst?
Yeah, so now my target is 16 to 24, but I work with youth as early as 0, believe it or not, to 24, 25.
You mentioned 16 to 24. It makes me think of a program we used to have here in Sandtown called Youth Build.
Wow.
Sandtown Youth Build. They work with 16 to 24-year-olds. They gave them carpentry training. Many of those young adults, and this is back in the 90s, they went on to work for the local utility companies and other jobs. It just propelled them and positioned them for a better footing. So, some are homeowners now. Great program. So what do we have today, Ms. Parson?
Well, so thank you so much again for having me, Doni. And so I'm promoting Juneteenth, the week after Juneteenth and Father's Day weekend. So it's going to be a Juneteenth craft feast that I'm promoting. And it's myself and 3 other beautiful entrepreneurs that are from Baltimore, D.C., as well as Jersey. So we're collaborating because I believe in collaboration. And we're putting together this event. And you'll also have me to talk about some of the proceeds are going to go towards some youth shelters I'm starting in the Baltimore area.
Now, where are you originally from?
I'm from Baltimore.
You from Baltimore?
Yes, born and raised. I still have a family house, Park Heights in Cold Spring.
You got some New York in you, lady.
Everyone always says that it's not. I'm gonna say I've traveled a lot, and also I went to Catholic schools, like elementary and middle. Maybe that is part of it. I don't know.
Okay. So this event, what's the date on it?
June 26th, Sunday, June 26th, from 3 p.m. to 7 p.m.
And where's it going to be?
The Downtown Cultural Arts Center, and that is 401 North Howard Street.
It's down at
And
Rennie Bass's shop.
yes, that's my guy. He should be. He might be. Yeah, still doing some things with his, religion and things like that. He's, Ramadan. But yeah, that's my guy.
We will be doing an event the day before.
What?
Black owned, just promoted it. Black owned 2022.eventbrite.com.
I'll look on there. But yes, it's a small world, and yes, Rennie is my guy. So yeah,
Rennie
small
does,
world.
he's also one of his biggest things. They were just in Black Enterprise, at least the online version for his Kyoba.
Yes. Yeah.
And that for those who don't know, Rennie Bass and a number of other men joined together, formed a group called Kyoba, Kioba, and they're buying properties. They're doing investing right here in the city of Baltimore. It makes me think, Miss Parson, when people say we own the city, my question is, do you have any deeds?
Yes. Absolutely.
What do we really own? You ain't got no deed, you ain't got nothing.
That is very true. That is very true.
So who should attend this event?
Everyone should attend this event, from seniors to baby boomers, Gen X, millennials, Gen Z, and even the baby alphas. And I also have some folks from Florida that will be attending as well. They've already purchased their tickets. So tickets are selling, tables are selling. There's going to be food, drinks, hookah. If you're into that, it's going to be on the back parking lot. Rennie hooked that up for me. Raffles, games. It's going to be culture, vegan food, as well as soul food. So not just seafood, because I know some folks don't eat seafood.
Shame on them. I'm sorry for those who can't enjoy such a delicacy here in the city of Baltimore.
Yes.
And then you were going to tell me about where the proceeds are going.
Yes, thank you so much, Donnie. So the proceeds are going towards Set Apart Youth and Young Adult Shelters, and I started my we're starting my shelter initiatives beginning of 2021, and it's traveled on to 2022. With COVID, so there's so much homelessness that goes on, and for the worst of the worst youth, there are challenges with them finding housing and placements. Oftentimes, those that have criminal backgrounds or juvenile delinquents that have been house to house, sex trafficking, LGBTQ, you name it. And how I know it, because I've been um, out in the field during the pandemic, and I've been requested by social services and other agencies to put kids in hotels temporarily, with one on one. So it's a challenge, and I want to make sure that everyone has an opportunity and they're not just singled out and left aside. So that's what some of the proceeds will be going towards. Set apart youth and young adult shelters. And that's holistic, because I'm also a holistic practitioner, mind, body, and spirit.
So where are we with dealing with homelessness and young adults in Baltimore?
It's still pretty high, especially for those that are runaways, stragglers, those that have mental health. There are programs out here, but again, when you get labeled and their behaviors are really extreme, they're really difficult to place, especially those between a 16 and 21 age bracket. And even those that transition after that, it's very difficult, because if they have, like I said, some things like gang violence, sex trafficking, or even LGBTQ. And I've witnessed this for myself when trying to get you placed and doing interviews with them, and they denied you because they were cross dressing and things like that. Now, on paper, they'll say they can't deny, but they will. I've witnessed it myself, and this has just been really dear to my heart. I've always been one that I love my city, and I'm about it. I'm in the field. I believe in, just being out there. I don't want to talk about it. I want to be the change that I want to see. So Yeah, this is really, really, really dear to me. And I have a lot of patience. I've been blessed to have an awesome mother that has also trained me and some great mentors.
Mhm. Is there a number that you know of in terms of how many homeless young adults in Baltimore City?
Yes, well, statistically, it's like over 40%. Yeah.
40% of our youth.
Yes.
So is there a specific number like 10,000, 20,000, 500?
I would say definitely over 500, just from my research and just from just being out there. And the numbers are going to look different based upon who's reporting it, because it just looks different. But from a perspective of me being out in the field and being and getting responses, getting text messages, getting calls to help runaway youth, to help youth that have no housing, to help mothers with children, to help LGBTQ. Like I get these calls, I get these text messages. So, and I'm out there. It's
So Ms. Parson, I've noticed you've mentioned the LGBTQ a couple of times. Is there a specific challenge facing young people in that particular demographic that you want to articulate?
Yes, and thank you so much for highlighting that, Donnie. I'm considered as an ally to the LGBTQ community. I have LGBTQ in my family, friends, and just grown up, and I've seen it personally again. And they will be denied, and they also need somewhere that it's a safe haven so that they're not triggered or trauma or anything like that. I'm not making up re-trauma, but yeah. So we just don't want them to be re-triggered or something to happen to them, and also we don't want them to feel different. So I have noticed, and that's also a group that is dear to my heart, and making sure they have a quality, especially those that are minors. Sometimes some that grow older, they can develop this kind of family and group that they've teamed up with, but when they're younger, they really feel like they don't have anyone, and especially within the child welfare system.
The child welfare system is not very doesn't isn't very embracing, isn't very supportive.
They're very embracive and supportive. It's now okay. So the challenge is because of COVID, because of the new challenges of drugs and suicide and things like that. It's really hard for foster care parents to want to accept these kids because they found like some of them are more challenging because they don't want to deal with them because of their behaviors, or don't want to deal with them because they look a certain type of way. And as far as child welfare, when they have group homes and foster homes, they can't force anyone to take a youth. They can't. They give them the options. So if they don't want to deal with them, and if there's something that they're not accepting, or they're going to deny them. And this is not, it's talked about, but not so much. Everyone wants to cover up and make it look pretty. That is an issue. That is an issue.
So let me ask you this, Ms. Parson. Given the growing strength of the LGBT community, is that community doing anything specifically for young people who are challenged?
Yes, but there needs to be more. And I also partner with. I have friends that also reside in um, Seattle, that reside in Utah, that I'm also partnering with. And one of them is on my board, and he's for LGBTQ. He's a part of the LGBTQ community. So it's about partnering, and it needs to be more. So there's not a LGBTQ holistic shelter or any type of shelter in Maryland. There's very few. There's about, I believe, between 3 and 4 that's in the entire United States,
And so
LGBTQ shelters.
and so what I'm and then you help me out. Would you say the challenge is dealing with when we're talking about foster kids? So they are up to age 18, right?
No, foster kids are actually they age out at 21. They can emancipate and leave at 18. That's fine. But they have until 21. And then that 24 age is at that transitional age. And some of them may have been in foster part of foster care. Some of them may have been a part of the criminal justice system. So I want to make sure that's those are areas that I'm targeting. Males, females, LGBTQ, and those that may have had run-ins with the law. So those are those target groups. So it'll be an individual shelter for each. And my first is starting out with young men and then LGBTQ. And those I see that is those are high. Of course, females as well. But these age groups and the certain dynamics are a challenge right now, especially during the pandemic, which has been an increase of mental health, as May is Mental Health Awareness Month.
So
I know I was giving you a lot. Sorry.
on that note, have you been able to establish any partnerships with therapists?
Yes, definitely. And my own very own sister, um, who's also an AKA, she's a social worker in Maryland. She's from Baltimore as well. So, but I partner with various social workers throughout the state of
Reason I
Maryland.
ask, let me just jump in, Miss Parson, is because I would think if you're dealing with that many challenges, you need an abundance of mental health workers,
Yes.
mental health professionals.
Yes, and it's a collaboration. We'll be utilizing, mental health care professionals as well as holistic principles, as well as, like I said, job readiness. I'll be collaborating with several different nonprofits and organizations throughout the state of Maryland.
Mhm. Any
It's
success
just,
stories you care to share with us, Miss Parson?
yes, actually, one of my success stories will be at the crab feast on the Juneteenth, and does not mind being a walking testimony. So this person, it goes by she, he, or they, and they were in sex trafficking as well as LGBTQ, and they were pretty much put out of every placement. I promise you, there's a list that they have, and they circulate that electronically. There's a list when you are have been through so many different various foster homes and group homes and things like that. And so I've known this individual since 2018. I want to say, and so they are now. Hello, how are you, Jackie?
Hi,
So,
beautiful.
so right now they are successfully living on their own apartment. They have a job. They were heavily in the sex trafficking, just doing drugs. I mean everything.
So
To,
where are they today, Miss
so
Parson?
today they have their own apartment. They are a certified dance instructor. 2 years as far as college, not completed college yet, but 2 years in. And again, they will be at my event doing some dance moves and just helping me out. And they're also a peer mentor as well.
So,
Very
so
stable.
Miss Parson, I see you know Miss Cummings already.
I do not. I don't think so.
So Jackie Cummings, Miss Parson works with. Well, why don't you tell her, Miss Parson?
Hi, how are you? So right now I have a shirt on because I'm partnering with New Vision, which is a youth mentor, and we're in Baltimore City Public Schools. So I was trying to hurry up and get over to my interview with Mr. Glover. I left Pedersen High School, so I work with what they deem as the worst of the worst youth throughout Maryland, Baltimore City, Prince George's County, even like St. Mary's County, Frederick County. I mean, it's a lot of expanded to, as well as DC.
And you're promoting an event, Miss Parson. Tell her about that.
Yes, I'm promoting the Juneteenth crab feast. Yes, and it's going to be June 26th from 3 to 7 p.m. at the Downtown Cultural Arts Center.
That sounds exciting. I'm
Thank you.
extremely familiar with New Vision.
Oh
We had New
my gosh!
Vision. I am a high school counselor, so we had New Vision
Wow,
at in our school.
get
Um,
out of here!
you kind of we work with all the students. We actually the school I'm the school counselor at. We get the students who have been put out of your school, put out of Baltimore City schools, and are on long-term suspensions.
Wow.
So I know exactly what kind of population you're talking about, referring to, and as we work with the same type of students. Um, yep, and
Wow.
and
So,
then and the work we do is needed.
so Jackie, tell us about your event. And they some fly glasses you got on, Jackie. You always be having the fly glasses.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh, okay. Um, so we work with youth at Notre Maison Connects, and um, as you can see, I'm in a car. But we work with youth at Notre Maison Connects. We work with 18 to 21 year olds. We pay for them to go to driving school. We teach them financial literacy. We build their confidence in different activities. We take them uh, a lot of places. We partner with different companies and organizations to provide experiences with them to them that they would not normally experience. We're recently in collaboration with a biotech lab to give them a tuition paid 15-week training to be certified as biolab tax and life science. We're mostly recently also working with the retired NFL players. So we're looking to do really exciting things with them and just exposing them to different things. We have we're taking our youth fishing on a 3-day fishing trip up in Boston next month. We
I
also
still can't picture you fishing, Jackie. I can't picture you putting no fish on no hook with no worm. I can't picture that.
come on, Donnie. You know me. You know I build furniture and everything else. I'm good with my
I
hands.
still don't
Good with
see you
my
playing
hands.
with worms and fishing hooks. I just can't picture that.
I'm telling you, look on our website. Look on our
No.
website. Look under Greater Youth Initiative, and you'll see me doing that with fish and everything. Yes,
I guess if you can ride a horse, you can do anything. So
absolutely.
Miss Parson, this
Yeah.
is your new potential strategic partner.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Donnie.
My pleasure. My pleasure. We we do a lot with our young people because we want them to know, like, don't give up on you. Even if
Yes.
you felt like you giving up on yourself, even if your family felt like they don't trust in you or believe in you anymore, or if you feel abandoned by your family, you still live your life to the best of your ability as best as you can. And sometimes we need that outside help, so we provide that outside help and support. We
Mm.
also teach them about entrepreneurship. We have the Black Wall Street Business Walk coming up June the 11th and September 17th. We have over 100 businesses that line 25th Street from St. Paul all the way down to Howard Street. And the young people are out there that volunteer. They're seeing greatness and businesses connect and do all kinds of amazing things.
That's outstanding. And I definitely want to collab because I'm also a business consultant and entrepreneur. So that's definitely down my alley, especially giving back. And we also need to collaborate because I know some retired NFL players that I can send your way.
Awesome. Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely. We want to provide as many experiences as possible. We also revived child care centers in St. Thomas. Before
right.
COVID, we did two. So we still have connections with those. The ones we did, we were supposed to go to Haiti this summer, but I mean last summer, but no,
Because
things
of
changed.
COVID
Yeah,
and everything else.
yeah. So we believe in them, and I'm glad to hear and work with other people and other individuals and organizations that believe in our youth too, and what
Yeah.
all they can do.
Ladies, when you see, I don't know if you ever watch Fox News.
Yes, it's good to get all perspectives.
What do you think of the perspective Fox provides on Baltimore when it comes to our community?
Are you ready, Jackie, or you want me to go? Girl, you want me to go first, or you want to go?
You see me
So much.
trying to hold it, right?
Okay.
You see me trying to hold it. I think that I think that sometimes that all of the negative energy that is portrayed in the community about our people, it needs to stop. I mean, I think it's one sided. A lot of the times, it's only reporting the negativity. It very seldom reports any kind of positivity or uplifting, encouraging, motivational words to empower our people. And I think that that's something that we all need to work on. If we can provide, that's what I love about the Baltimore Times. If it's about uplifting and empowering and encouraging.
I-
If
I'm
we
I'm
can,
I'm sorry. You say that's what you love about BeMoreNews.com and BlackUSA.News
and all of that, and Donnie Glover, because Donnie
and the
puts out
Prince
the best,
Jordan.
most positive. Donnie, you a history buff, and you know all of that news media stuff. I don't. So don't come down on me and bust my head open because I don't know all of the media stuff. But yes, Be More News is absolutely phenomenal.
Yay!
And
Yay!
that's when the fight goes down.
Doni is a trip.
That's right, Donnie. All right, fight me later. Fight me later.
Miss
But
Parson, I'm
I
sorry.
love it when we can put out, positive things, and people need to hear about what we do and what all is being done in our community.
We need all of the black outlets, the Afro, the Baltimore Times, Be More News. But let me just stop right there. Here in the city of Baltimore, beyond those three, I'm not sure what other black media. You have WEAA. But when I think of black owned and black operated media, where we can be unapologetic about our blackness, we don't have much to counter Fox. And Fox is hitting us all day, every day.
All the time. And I was just saying, I'm glad you brought that up, Donnie. I'm gonna touch on that really quick.
Don't take your time. Don't rush.
Okay. So what Fox News is extremely biased and one-sided, and they manipulate the news. I see them. They plant people at events. They plant people at organizations and buildings and all sorts of things. Like it's all like set up. It's propaganda. So, but you have to know and be study your opponent, study what they would deem your enemy, because you need to know. So you're not just like so much on guard, but prepared and just know what it is. But also, we need to highlight and make sure that we are posting on our social media outlets and by word of mouth all the positives that are going on. It's not always negative, and that's why I'm still in Baltimore. That's why I anywhere I go, I'm always bigging up Baltimore, and I love my family. We're very diverse, but I'm always gonna I'm black and I'm proud. I'm educated and I'm proud, and I'm God has blessed me to be who I am. So I'm just so thankful, and I'm always going to shout out Baltimore in a positive manner.
Miss
Always.
Parson, have you ever heard of the Atlas Group?
I have not. Don't
Jackie,
look at
have
me like
you?
Say that again, Donnie.
Have you ever heard of the Atlas Group?
No, I don't believe so.
Now, the Atlas Group owns a number of restaurants and eateries. They have a place in the Cross Street Market. They're more known for this one particular restaurant over in East Harbor, where they told a black woman that her son, she could not bring her son in because he was not dressed appropriately, when he was dressed no differently than a little white kid who was already inside of the restaurant.
I think I know what you're talking about. They made social media. Yeah, that was put
Listen to
like
me, Miss Parson. The Atlas Group owns several restaurants, but the Smith family are also stakeholders in Sinclair Broadcasting, which owns Fox 45. So as we are speaking about black-owned businesses and understanding black-owned media, I want you to just take that quick little tidbit to understand about non-black media, how businesses like the Atlas Group are involved in media, all to a point that Malcolm X said a long time ago. He said the media is the most powerful entity on earth. It can make the innocent look guilty and the guilty look innocent. So any final thoughts, ladies?
I'm gonna say you're absolutely correct about that. So I didn't mean to cut you off, Donnie, but yes, I definitely I remember you brought that to my memory now, because I remember when that circulated, and I don't think I can say the name of the restaurant on your show, so I'm not gonna say that, but I
Oh, I
can.
don't have a problem with it.
I think it was one of the restaurants, the Ocean Air, that happened at.
I thought it was
Yeah.
something like Izio's, Izzo's,
Okay.
Uzi.
Isn't
Yeah.
that the group of restaurants that own Bygone and Citron? Is that in that group of restaurants?
Let me not guess. I do know the name is the Atlas Group. They got several restaurants. They have a reputation of not being hospitable to Black people who make up 60 to 70% of this city.
Absolutely.
And we're a little sick of that BS that they spit every night. You know, Sylvia, Miss Parson, as you were talking, I was thinking about Luther. Do you remember Luther on Fox 45? Luther said, I should be locked up.
I can't believe that. Wow.
You remember that? Luther had burned his girlfriend's house down.
Yes.
Luther said, and I've never heard a Black man in the history of Blackness say, I should be locked up. And guess what they did in America, the most incarcerating nation on earth? They locked his hind parts up quicker than a Baltimore speed camera on I-83. People, don't ever say you want to be locked up. Don't ever speak that over your life.
Exactly.
That's crazy.
Okay, so let's get one more rundown, Ms. Parson. Plug your event. Ms. Jackie, thank you for taking time out rather extemporaneously, but I knew you, Ms. Parson, needed to know about you and all of the wonderful things you do on 25th and Charles. You are a builder. You are a business boss. You're a business leader. I mean, last year you had the mayor over there.
And he's scheduled to attend this year. Also have guests from Tulsa, Oklahoma that will be coming up and as well speaking. We have quite a few people that are scheduled to come and present. It's going to be bigger than last year. We had poetry, we have a cipher, we had quite a bit going on. Everyone's very excited. And we also have our organization is also hosting a blood drive June 21st. So we have quite a bit going on.
And again, the proceeds go to support Notre Maison Connects. Tell them what that is.
Yes, Notre Maison Connects, and Donnie says it so well.
Parlez-vous français? Oui, oui, je ne sais pas. Vous travaillez.
Donnie started, boy. Donnie, go ahead, flow some more.
Très bien, merci beaucoup.
Good. So Notre Maison Connects is a nonprofit organization. We are a 501c3. We work with 18 to 21-year-olds. We provide them with a variety of life experiences, taking them out of state. We're in the process of raising money to purchase a 15-passenger van so that we can say, you know what, in 2 weeks we're going to New York, so pack your bags. And next week we're going to the African American Museum of Arts, so pack your, we're going to dress nice. We're going to a restaurant in DC. We're going to do this. We have a list of Black-owned restaurants for us to support in our travels and journeys, and we're very excited about it. We have the Black Wall Street Business Walk coming up June 11th. We have the blood drive with the American Red Cross, also going to be held on 25th Street, coming up June 21st. We do the Black Wall Street again in September. It's scheduled for September the 17th. And we also have a themed gala, which is coming up in October 10th. That is going to be very, very exciting. And we also recently partnered with the retired NFL players, so we'll see what all kinds of exciting things they have for us too. Yeah. So that's who we are.
Miss Parson. Jackie, how can Miss Parson and anyone else get in touch with you?
Can be reached at nmconnects.org. That's the letter N as in Noah, N as in Malachi, connects with a NS and with an S at the end. .org. nmconnects.org.
You got that, Miss Parson?
She's breaking up some.
She said N as in Nancy, M as in Mary, connects. She actually said Noah, Malachi, connects.org.
Got it. Thank you.
Biblical books, references. Okay, Miss Parson, come on with it. Bring it on. And by the way, I want you to know, Miss Parson, the reason Miss Cummins is on in a vehicle when we asked you not to be in your vehicle is because I wanted to make sure she got a chance to meet you. That's all.
You're fine. I didn't take that in any offense at all. You're fine.
Because
So
normally,
everyone,
we don't even play that roving. Anyway, thanks, Jackie. I think she froze up. Okay, all you, Miss Parson.
all right. So the Juneteenth crab feast is Sunday, June 26th. On from 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. 401 North Howard Street. Just come and get some culture, some great food. Not in addition to seafood, it's going to be vegan food. It's going to be soul food. It's going to be games. It's going to be raffles, DJ, comedians. It's going to be.
Slow down, Miss Parson. Start
It's
again.
okay.
Slow down. Start again. Take your time.
Yeah. So
This
that's
ain't
four.
Fox, baby. This is blackusa.news. We come from a position of power and from a standpoint of abundance.
Yes, absolutely.
Because our God is awesome.
Yes. Yes, indeed.
So come on, tell me again. Take your time.
Okay. So that's June 26th. That's on a Sunday from 3 to 7 p.m. That's 401 North Howard Street. And that's going to be, I think I'm freaking up. Can you see me, Donnie?
You fine. You got the cameo. Take your time.
Okay. Thank you. So that is 401 North Howard Street, June 26th. And that is 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. And that's going to be food. We're going to have culture, soul food, vegan food, lots and lots of vendors, hookah on the back patio. And there'll be volunteers to assist everyone that attends the event, drinks, music, and so much more. And one of the raffles, we're actually raffling off a trip to Mexico. And proceeds for this event will go towards Set Apart Youth and Young Adults Ministries. That is a holistic shelters ministries.
Now, see, I commend you because I'd have to be taking that trip to Mexico for myself and tell y'all about it afterwards. And let me tell you why, Miss Parson. You sound like a giver.
Yes, I am.
You just got to make sure you give to yourself and take time for yourself.
Absolutely. That's the reason why I'm separated from corporate America. So I contract with several different organizations as well as my, launching, my shelters. But I work for myself. I used to work, I would say 80 plus hours a week, especially during a pandemic. I was like really, and I had two cell phones and they were going off constantly. So I am definitely more like in tune, with myself, making sure I'm hiking and taking care of myself. But I
Hey, Miss
definitely.
Parson, this man named J.D. Howard said, if you're too busy, you're too cheap.
Oh, I'm far from cheap.
That's what this man, J.D. Howard, said. He said, if you're too busy, you're too cheap. And I think his point was we have to know our value and we have to make sure we get what we're worth out here.
Oh yeah.
Because burnout is is real.
Absolutely.
You can only give but so much before you're empty and you have to replenish yourself. I've personally learned that. And
I
so
personally
sometimes I have to say no. No, Miss Parson, I'm not bringing you nowhere. I can't. I ain't got time for it.
You're absolutely correct. And
There go Skippy.
no, seriously, I was like, I do not work half as much. I mean, I have my days where I grind, but it's nothing like it was.
It's a difference when you're doing it for yourself.
Exactly. Exactly.
Or put differently, if you did 80 hours for them, imagine putting that same energy on you and your business.
And that's what I do. And so I have my LLC side as well as my 501(c). So yeah. And I'm definitely balancing it out. Definitely. I was on my way probably to maybe a heart attack or stroke at a young age. So it was a lot. Yeah. So I have my time to go for my hikes and to rest. It's a lot better. And I only have one phone now. as opposed to 2.
I ain't giving up my second phone, but I do want to thank you, Miss Parson. And I just want to know, can I go outside now? Ain't nobody gonna be looking for me, are they?
Nobody's gonna be looking for you. Oh, I forgot to say they can get the tickets at Eventbrite, and also social media platforms has my information. And if they want to reach me for tickets or any questions,
On Eventbrite, that's broad. What do I look up?
you would look up June 26th, Juneteenth Crab Feast, either June 26th or Crab Feast in Maryland or Baltimore. And that's how you can be from anywhere and located. Like I said, I have a couple that's coming up from Gainesville, Florida, and they looked up Crab Feast in Maryland. Then they narrowed it down to Crab Feast in Baltimore, but they saw it from.
Now, where these crabs coming from? You ain't got no spiders, do you?
No, I've tried the
You
crabs.
don't do
And
spiders. I will talk about you. I'll talk about Rennie too. You bring some spiders down
that's
there.
fun.
Ain't no
That's
spiders
fun.
in Rennie spot. We do big crabs. We want them big Eastern Shore crabs. Don't be giving me no spiders.
They're coming from Eastern Shore. But yeah, so tickets are Eventbrite. And if they also need to reach me, they can email me at setapartyouth@gmail.com.
I was wondering what that was. Say it again.
Set apart, SETAPARTYAS @gmail.com. So setapartyouth@gmail.com.
I'm not clear on that. Set apart.
Set apart youth, YAS. So that's youth and young adults.
Okay, youth and
Yes.
adults. Okay.
So
Good
set
stuff.
apart youth, YAS @gmail.com. I talk fast, Doni, too, if you haven't learned. I have a lot of fire in me.
Trying to help you.
Yeah, I've been talking fast my entire life, Doni, so I don't know. I slow it down sometimes.
I New York. You got a New York spirit. You say you're not from New York, but
No.
I am nothing but New York. Chop chop.
I do.
Throat.
But I'm from Baltimore all day, and I really enjoy being on your show, Donnie. So I'm elated. And it's a small circle we run in. It's crazy. You know Rennie and Miss Jackie that left Miss Cummings, knows New Vision. So I know him from the owner, the CEO from the church circuit. He knows my family.
We're supposed to know each other, and that's what that's what our news platform is about. Connecting us, making sure we're connected. We have so much in our community. We have so much talent. We just don't know what each other, what the other person does.
Yeah.
Good deal. So I want you to have a beautiful day. My name's Donnie Glover. Thank you, Miss Parson. And we'll be back tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. This was a special edition. I had a board meeting today, but this is our Wednesday show. See you in the morning.
Thank you,
Actually, we got
Donnie.
programming at 6 p.m. tonight. Thank you.